What's up, good people? It's your boy C. Dot with From Boys to Gentlemen. Hey, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and go ahead and click that bell so you can be notified anytime new content drops. And go ahead and hit us with the thumbs up for this video so you can let YouTube know that you love us. It's a movement, we moving, and we need you for that movement.
What's up, good people? It's your boy C. Dot with From Boys to Gentlemen, and this is another episode of Share My Mic. I am super excited to have Miss Lovely Charitee Higgins on. This is a honest moment. She was supposed to be in my play. If you have seen,
Yes.
I see the fruit, but what's the root? But college don't play fair. And things come up, so we totally understand that. But I'm salty now seeing that she done branched. I mean, this could have been some of my shine for being in my place. So I can be like, hey, yeah, I did the role. But I'm super excited to have her on. She's going to be sharing a little bit about her journey as an actress and really getting into it. So y'all welcome Miss Charitee Higgins. So we're going to jump straight into it. I want you to let me know, who is Charitee Higgins? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So again, Charitee Higgins. I was originally born in California. We moved here when I was 2, though, so I'm like basically a Dallas native. But as soon as I tell people like, "Oh, I was born in California," they're like, "I can tell." Like I was 2 years old, but okay, whatever. So yeah, I moved here when I was 2, born and raised in a little suburb south of Dallas. But yeah, I went to school for social work, graduated in 2018. And before I graduated, I was like, I really want to pursue acting. This has been something that I've wanted to do for the longest. And so I said, as soon as I graduate, that is what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to spend my time doing. So that's what I've tried to do. That eventually I see myself doing full-time acting. So yeah, it's a little bit about me.
That is super exciting. So, as you are going through your career, of course, you have so many different things that you're doing. First of all, how long have you been doing acting?
Yeah, so like I said, when I was younger, there was a youth program that I went on when I was in like middle school, and that's when I first ever did any sort of acting. We got to pick and choose what groups we wanted to be a part of, and I chose to do like one of the groups. We made plays, and it was really fun. And I was like, wow, I could see myself doing something like this, but didn't really think too much into it. And so really once I graduated, so for about 2 years now, since 2018, I have been pursuing acting.
Awesome. Okay. So, tell me, of course, what has been some of your favorite roles? We always have our favorite. No shot, no shun to anybody else, but we always have our favorites.
I honestly, so I really enjoy, I don't think I have a favorite role per se, but I really do like being on the sets where the directors give you like kind of free reign to bring the character to life how you see fit in that moment, because you can rehearse and all that, and that's great, but when you get on set and they say action, it could be different than how you originally thought it was going to be. So I really enjoy those sets where they give you that flexibility to kind of make it your own, because it is art at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So you can plan things out, but it just I like that ability to just be in the moment. So, and it really helps build a character. So those have been
Okay.
some of my favorite roles. I had recently on November 1st, I had a movie or a short film drop, and that was really fun to create. It was literally 3 or 4 of us on set, and it was shot on an iPhone. It was a very different experience, but it was amazing. And she gave us a lot of free will to do with the characters what we please. She completely trusted us with the characters. I think that we made something truly beautiful, and I think that is when something beautiful is made, when you're kind of just in the moment. So
That's awesome. So, you said since 2018, so you kind of fresh in the game. But over the next 5 years, how do you see yourself blossoming? What's the 5-year projection look like?
yeah, I mean, like I said, I do want to make this into a career, and I'm hoping. There's no book You know, there's no like right or wrong way or like a timeline of like, okay, if it doesn't work in this amount of time, you're not going to make it. So hopefully in the next 5 years, I will be doing this as my career instead of the job that I have now full time. I'll be doing that full time. And I also want to do some more work behind the camera. I think I'd enjoy it. So we'll see.
Okay.
Stay on the lookout.
All right. Different perspectives, actress slash director. All right, all right. You're gonna produce a little bit. I like that.
Maybe even write. I don't. Who knows? We'll see. 5 years is a long
Awesome.
time.
Woo! Who you telling?
Yeah.
That is an extremely long time. So, I'm gonna put you on the spot here. Now, these two questions may go together. They may not be the same. But the first one is, give me your top two actresses, top two actors, and then I'm gonna ask a follow-up question. They may be the same, they may be different, but give me your top two. Um, let's break it up. So one recent, one old school for both actress as well as actor.
Okay. For actress, I really like an old school Viola Davis. She's been around, you know, for forever. She does amazing work. And new actress, I would say I really love Zendaya. I love the space that she creates for Black women, and that she doesn't. I think it was an interview she had, but she said that she purposefully will go into a room where they expected a white woman to play that role. And she
Mm,
said she would rather do that than step into a room where they're asking for a Black woman. And because she's fairer skinned, that she would be more likely to get that role. She would rather take away, you know, take up space somewhere else than take away from darker skinned Black women, which I think is amazing. And we don't really hear stories like that. And she is someone that she's closer to my age. And so she's more, I guess, attainable. But yeah, so for actresses and then actors, oh, okay. Um, Old school, and this is honestly has nothing to do with acting ability, but Morris Chestnut is one of the nothing to do with acting ability, although he is a great actor. I do think that
oh, Morris. Okay.
yeah, it's majority based off of looks, and I think that's okay for me to
That's
say. So
fine. Hey, that's real. I appreciate the
yeah.
transparency. Oh, Morris
Um,
Chestnut.
and new, this one is hard. Oh, I really like Lakeith Stanfield. I think that he's very versatile in the roles that he has played so far, and I know that he's only gonna, you know, do better and be more, because he's so creative and it's so fun to watch him create. So he's probably like my new school. That's off of acting abilities.
Okay. Got
Yeah,
you. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a little eye candy here and there. That's
a
real.
little bit, you know.
Hey, we human. So the follow-up question that goes along with that is, who was that bucket list actor and actress that your career wouldn't be complete if you weren't able to do a role with them?
Honestly, the people that I've named, I. Hmm. I don't know if there's any in particular at this moment that I can think of, but definitely the ones that I named. I would love to work with them. So if you're watching, hi.
We're gonna tag them.
Quick
Make sure you hit
plug.
that Instagram post. We're gonna put that plug in. Make sure you get this young lady for the next role. Okay. So you brought it up a little bit as far as with Zendaya. And I want you to kind of, make that personal for a second. What is it that you feel like you have to represent for other young Black women that are coming up after you? And what homage do you feel like you have to play for Black women that may not get the opportunities that you may get?
Yeah, this is a heavy question, especially given everything that we have gone through, like obviously in previous years, but including 2020. Within it, 2020 has been like 10 years in one, I feel like, as far as like the the demands for change and speaking out about, like, not just saying like, oh, there's inequality here, like actually saying, okay, there's inequality here, you need to do something about it, and we're going to hold you accountable to it.
Right.
And I think the industry is definitely guilty of kind of putting us on the back burner as Black women. It's nothing new. And I do feel a little bit of pressure to represent us as a community, but pressure that I'm very ready to like take on. But I want like young girls. It sounds very cliche, but I do want young girls to be able to look on screen and be like, wow, I see. I mean, even with Kamala Harris, like young girls like looking at her and saying like, oh my goodness, our VP elect, like she is a person of color. Like that could easily be me. I want young women to look at me and be like, oh, okay, I can do this. There's room in that industry for me because there's a face that looks like mine that's in that industry. So that is
Representation definitely matters.
absolutely. And I think it should go beyond representation, because it's easy to say, you have the tokens, and that's so easy for companies to do. We've seen it. We've literally witnessed.
We went to a school that loved to use that.
Hello, my picture is still up. We can get into it, but my picture is still up there, and I know that people, they go in that office and they see someone who looks like them, and they're like, okay, she's enjoying it. Maybe it's not. I'm just like that. Anyway. I could go on and on about that.
Hey.
But no, representation does matter, but you also have to back it up and actually create space for those people, because it's so easy to just, say like, look at these people we have, like, and that's just, there's no accountability. So.
And that becomes so difficult. With a lot of work that I do with From Boys to Gentlemen, our focus is relationships from male to female. And I don't shy away from, really focusing on the Black community. And when you look at it from a perspective of our brokenness in relationships, you look at it from the perspective of, not really having that opportunity for a woman to show emotion. And I really look at that from a perspective of how easy it is to get tossed into that angry Black female role. And, it seems like acting kind of perpetuates that to the point where it's almost dehumanizing for other women. Like, I love Taraji. I'm frustrated that there are very few roles that allows her to show her softer side. She always psycho, she always loud. And I get that sells, but I'm looking for, I loved when she played in Hidden Figures. I felt like that was a great balance of showing that humanity, showing that intelligence, showing that soft side. But I do got some fight in me. And when I do come out and speak, it's with power, not with just vengeance or venom. So if you can't tell, I love my Black women. I appreciate y'all so much. And I become frustrated because even some of the things that you're hinting at, I get frustrated with the lack of intentional attention when it comes to these issues, giving y'all the opportunity. I think what was real unique in what you said is you like the roles where you're able, you didn't necessarily say it that way, but what I heard, you like the ability to put your personality and your own flavor into a role when you come in, not necessarily, oh, you're a pretty face and we need you to do this. It's like, okay, how do you embody the role around who is the personality? And even the emotion at that time, not just getting to your personality and who you are, but stepping outside yourself, but at the same time, allowing even that step out to have a flavor of that artist. I think that's extremely important. Man, like I can't tell you how important it is for young Black girls to be able to see somebody represent them, and just like you said with Kamala Harris, and even speaking in the acting industry, what I'm ready for, and I think you hinted to it as well, I'm ready to see y'all start getting some Emmys from behind the camera as well as on, like really coming to a standpoint of Black women having that empowerment to tell narratives. I feel like so many of y'all stories and so many of the meaningful things that you can bring to our community are often stifled to put you in, and I'm not knocking anybody for the physical appearance. Like we said before, ain't nothing wrong with eye candy. But when it gets lost and you really put it in a place where I can't get past the fact, oh, she's a pretty Black woman. Oh, she's a pretty Black woman dressed as, oh, she built a certain, oh, and I'm not getting anywhere past that. So I hate that glass ceiling is put on just, having that opportunity to express yourself, as you said, through art. So what final question that I really put out there, the reason why I said all that, what is the message that you really want to give to those young, we're going to be specific with the young girls. When a young girl comes out and sees something that you put on, whether you produced it or you acted in it, what is the personal conversation that you want to have? Like if you had your Tyler Perry moment after you have finished the scene or you're finishing and you get to speak to the young girl that just watch your piece of art, what does that conversation look like for that young Black girl that sees herself in you?
Yeah, this is actually something that I've never thought of before, but honestly, I'd probably just let them know, like, this could be you. Don't ever think for a second that this can't, that it's impossible. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't, because I'm here. I did it.
Right.
And there's nothing that sets, like, I'm not super special. Like you can, do this. You can surpass me. And don't be afraid to ask for help. I'll help you. Yeah, but I just think let them know that it's not impossible. It's not as impossible as I feel like this country has made it feel for us, to be seen, heard, and felt in a way that's not told from somebody else's gaze. So yeah, that is a conversation I would have. I'd probably go a little more in depth, regarding like asking them, like, what exactly is it that you want to do? And say it, write it down, make it real. Don't say like, oh, I wish. No, say I'm going to da da da, like whatever you're gonna do.
Right.
But yeah, just letting them know that the sky is literally the limit. There's no, like, you are your only competition. You're the only person that could ever hold you back from doing anything. So
Young ladies, y'all hear that? Thank you so much, Miss Charity, for coming on and sharing the
absolutely.
mic. What I'd like you to do last, let us know all of the social media, all of the ways that they can see your content, what you got going, some projects that we can buy into and make sure we're supporting.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. It's either Charity Christina or Charity Christina Higgins or Charitee Higgins. My name is spelled different, so it'll be pretty easy to find me. But like I said, November 1st, a project did drop on Vimeo on demand. It's called Reset, and it was with Watts Productions. Super awesome. You should check it out. I'm also co-hosting a poetry competition, and it's on this new network called the V Network, on Roku. If you have the time, go ahead and download it, watch it. I believe it's coming out later this month. I don't have a date, but it is coming. Those are a few, and I'm working on some things right now, and I'll continue to announce those. And if you follow me on social media, you'll definitely see me dropping some dates and some links. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're definitely going to have that when I edit it. We'll have all of that up on the screen so people can see. Thank you again so much for just taking the time to come. We love what you're doing. We want to see you succeed. Hopefully you can point back to this video and give us a shout out when you taking your Grammy or whatever award that you get for whatever piece of art that you do. Thank you so much for sharing it. And at this time, I'm going to take the mic back. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.